even though they're not tears for me. That's how evil, how war King Herod was. And that, according to our historians, indeed did take place. Innocent people were rounded up and executed. They had done nothing wrong. The Magi chose not to go back to Herod. And as I was telling Aubrey and Lee, that was risky. It took a lot of courage for them to do that because, as Aubrey rightly deduced, if King Herod found out, they'd be killed. They took a risk because they wanted to do what was right for the Holy Family. And here's another thing I want you to think of. Would you take a risk to do what is right? The Magi took a risk, disobeyed King Herod, knowing their life was on the line if they would be caught. But they did that because they knew that was the right thing to do. Would you take a risk to do what is right? Would you risk turning in your supervisor because you know that that supervisor is creating a hostile work environment? Would you risk turning him in? Or would you just keep quiet? Let that supervisor create that hostile work environment. Would you take the risk and turn in your next door neighbor if you knew they were abusing your child? Risk to do what is right. The Magi took a risk. Would you? Well, the Magi leave. They take their risk and they make it safely back home. And from that point on, we never hear about him again from Matthew. But they blessed the Holy Family in many ways when they made that house call. They blessed them with gifts of affirmation. They blessed them with safety by not going back to Herod. And the Magi's house call blesses us as well, because it gives us opportunity to kind of reflect upon that event and to glean lessons and truths that just can help us in our walk as disciples as well. Let's bow for a word of prayer.